Hello, so I'm Tim Smith. I'm a partner at Forbes Solicitors, and this podcast is all about Japanese knotweed. So it's a whistle-stop tour with as much content as I can give you on Japanese knotweed in the next 2 minutes. So by way of background, Japanese knotweed was imported to the UK by the Victorians. They liked its flowers as a decorative plant. The plant itself is fast growing and it has an underground root structure which is known as rhizomes, which can spread rapidly. And unfortunately, rhizomes don't have any respect for property boundaries, and that's where the problems arise. Overall, we think there's been a general increase in Japanese knotweed claims against local authorities over the last few years, which is probably due in part to greater public awareness across social media, but also the potential difficulties in selling domestic properties since the introduction of the TA6 property information form, which specifically flags up Japanese knotweed. And we often find that a number of our cases are generated when claimants looking to sell their property. In terms of industry guidance related to Japanese knotweed, there's a number of documents from a number of different organisations. We've got the Environment Agency Code of Practice 2006, the RICS Guidance 2012 and 2022, and the PCA or Property Care Association Guidance in 2014. The main focus is normally on the RICS Guidance, the Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors, which is generally given the date of 2012 as the accepted date when landowners such as local authorities should have been aware of the risks from Japanese knotweed. Moving on from being aware of the risks, we then need to know when the local authority are actually on notice, and that becomes when the claimant puts in a letter of claim or complaint or brings in to notify the local authority of Japanese knotweed. There's two main case law dealing with Japanese knotweed. The first is Williams and Network Rail from 2018, which effectively looked at the parameters for claims of Japanese knotweed. And the other famous case, very recent case, is Davies and Bridgend Council. That was a Supreme Court decision on the 8th of May 2024, and that overturned the previous Court of Appeal decision. And the practical effects are that unless the encroachment of Japanese knotweed occurred after 2012 or 2013, or the claimant can show the encroachment got worse after 2012 or 2013, then the claim for reduction in value will fall away, leaving the claimant with only a potential claim for treatment costs, thus significantly reducing the value of the claim. So that's a bit of a quick canter through Japanese knotweed. But if you've got any queries, please do not hesitate to contact me, Tim Smith, at Forbes Solicitors. Thank you very much for listening.